Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and just to be on the safe side, hello, it's Lynn here from the Learn English. To be sure. It's soon St. Patrick's Day, so I'm just getting in a bit of practice. From the Learn English Network, tell other people to enunciate, I should learn to do it myself. It's another live chat. This is part 2, because the last one, well, it was an hour and a half long, and I figured that was long enough to listen to me droning on. But it's all good, because it's not my words. These are not my words, by the way. These are the words of people who've taken part in Learn English Network's live chat. Okay, so it's their text, their words. I'm just doing a little bit of tweaking, making it prettier, making it sound better and more natural, and sometimes a bit of grammar correction. So if you have stumbled here and you're not quite sure how you got here, go to the Learn English Network and look at the live chat page. Scroll down a bit through the discuss comments and you will find the people I'm talking about. It's that easy. Okay, so we'll start 2. We'll start part 2 with Surendra, who said, "Hi everybody." So, hi, fine, comma, everybody, one word, full stop. And then Igor said, "Hi Surendra, how are you?" And Carrie Boy said, "Hello Surendra." So it's Surendra, Carrie Boy, and capital S. Take note of people's names and how they spell them. Okay, it's like a courtesy. But also, Carrie Boy, you said hello Surendra, but you replied to Igor. So make sure you reply to the person who you want to. Okay, who you're greeting, basically. Marty said, "Hi, Carrie Boy," and Surendra, and Igor. It could go longer and longer, couldn't it? Like, "Hi, Carrie Boy, Surendra, Igor, and Marty." So, Carrie Boy said, "I'm good, Igor." Okay, it's "I'm fine" or "I'm very well, Igor. I was going through your chat logs to blend in, so you had a tight schedule earlier. So I was going through your YOUR chat logs to blend in, or maybe to join in is what you wanted to say. I see you had a tight schedule earlier, full stop. Marcy said to Carrie Boy, "You have to press the button of reply on the Igor's comment, Carrie Boy, I'm Marcy." Okay, so Marcy, what you want to say there is you have to press the reply button on Igor's comment, Carrie Boy, I'm Marcy. Okay, got it, Marcy. Thanks for correction, said Carrie Boy. So got it, Marcy, capital M. Thanks for your correction, or thanks for the correction. Full stop, not a comma at the end. Marcy said, "You're welcome." Again, your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, short for you are. Would you like to speak about yourself? I wouldn't say speak, I'd say, would you like to tell me about yourself? I want to learn English because I like it. Then you need a full stop there, Marcy. How about you? New sentence, capital H. Carrie Boy said, my mother tongue is Urdu. Okay, my mother tongue in this case would be Tongue. I know it sounds terrible. It sounds like tongue and it looks like Tongu, but it is Tongue. But I have been educated in English throughout my career. Okay, but I have, capital I, been learning English throughout is one word, my career. My aim is to achieve fluency. What about you? I'd put a question mark there. Where are you from? Capital W at the beginning. Okay, said Marcy, I'm Iranian. So what do you do? Asked Carrie Boy. Question mark and a comma after so. I'm sending comments in the forum. Carrie, do you exercise every day? Okay. What do you do, Marcy? Isn't what are you doing? We've had this one before. It means what is your job? What do you do with your daily life? So it could be housewife, student, unemployed, whatever fits. Architect, engineer. Okay. So what are you doing would be the answer, I'm sending comments in the forum. Carrie, do you exercise every day? Not every day, said Carrie. I'm not punctual at exercise. Punctual means doing it on time. So I don't exercise regularly, I think is what you meant. I only do exercise for the belly. It's not that I fat, but belly-like shape is what I hate. Okay, I only do stomach exercises. Okay, it's IT apostrophe S, not that I'm I apostrophe M fat, but I hate jelly bellies, maybe, or I hate beer bellies. I think that's what you mean. Marzi said, Carrie, I think I couldn't say my purpose truly. Okay. Carrie with an I, by the way, Marzi. I think I haven't explained myself properly. I mean, you learning English every day or not. Okay. So I meant, do you practice your English every day, comma, or not? Okay. And Carrie Boy said, no, this is why I've joined this group. Full stop, Carrie. Okay, Carrie, welcome, said Marzi. It's early morning at my side. At my side, not really. You could say it's early morning here. I'm preparing myself for office, so I'm getting ready for work. That's all you need to say, full stop. You could say I'm getting ready for the office, but I'm getting ready for work is more natural. Igor came along and said, hi, Marzi, Surendra and Carrie Boy. Hi, Carrie Boy, how are you? And unfortunately, Carrie Boy didn't get a chance to reply to Igor, or unless you replied in the wrong place. Might be that's where you meant, I'm good, Igor, which is why you should reply to the bit that was Igor and not the bit that was Marzi, if you see what I mean. Makes it easier to read these things out, but you kind of follow it, don't you? Okay. Then somebody called Shy Star came along, so I'll call you Shy, and said, hello, everyone. Marzi said, hi, Shy, I want to speak easier too. I want to speak easier? I want to be able to speak more fluently too would be better. Speak easier? You just go, hello? I want it to be easier for me to speak, maybe is what you meant? Okay. Shai said, so what can we do for spoken English? Capital E. You could say, so what can we do to improve our spoken English? We have to speak more and more, said Marzi. Days and days with my friend who want to learn English. Okay, days and days with my friends who want to learn English. Where are you from, Shai? Shai said, I'm from Pakistan and I have no friend which want to speak English. Okay, I'm from Pakistan and I have no friends here who want to learn English. It's not important, Shai, said Marzi. We can help each other and you can find many friends here like me, Zeb, Igor, Desni, Kautha and many other people. Kautha came in and said, as she, Marzi, said, we can help each other's here. Okay, so as, capital A, Marzi said, comma, we can help each other here. Full stop. And welcome, Shyster. I'd just say welcome to the live chat, or welcome to live chat, or welcome to the network, Shy. Marzi said, Kautha, you suggested us a topic, but you were not there when me and Igor and Desni had a discussion. Do you remember it? Okay. Kautha, you suggested a topic, comma, but you weren't there when Igor, Desni and I had a discussion. Do you remember it? Yes, I remember it. And I writ a comment there, you can see it, said Kautha. So, yes, capital Y, comma, I, capital I, remember it, comma, and I wrote, W-R-O-T-E, a comment there, comma, you can see it. Yes, I saw it, said Marzi. It was a good experience, not? I'm not sure. It was a good experience, wasn't it? If that's what you meant to, if you were wanting to ask a tag question. It was a very bad experience, said Kautha. I think God will punish me for that. I think God will punish me for it. I doubt it. Full stop. Don't worry, Kautha. I'm sure God forgive us always. Don't worry, Kautha. I'm sure God will always forgive us. And I think, Kautha, if you're genuinely sorry that you did it, and you need to forgive yourself now. You can put, yes, he is. Hey, he says it's a he. Yes, he will, or yes, he does, maybe. Okay. Shai came along and said, hi, Marzi, how are you? Capital M for Marzi. Thanks very much, said Marzi. Not sure what you're thanking for. I'm fine, thanks, would be okay. Alejandro came along and said, hi, Shai, it's a pleasure. So, it's, IT apostrophe S, a pleasure, P-L-E-A-S-U-R-E. How are you? What can you tell me about you? What can you tell me about yourself? Shai said, I'm shy, lives in Pakistan and want to learn and speak English fluently. So I'm shy, I live in Pakistan. So I'm shy, full stop, I live in Pakistan, comma, and I want to learn and speak English fluently. That would be perfect. But we understood what you said anyway, Shai, okay? And I'll read this one out, although the person who started it didn't actually reply. Hi, capital H, are there anybody? Is anybody there? Okay, so Cortha said hello, and Carrie said hello. Yes, here is everyone. You just have to open eyes. By eyes, I mean mobile. So, hello. Yes, everyone is here. Full stop. You, Y-O-U, just have to open your, Y-O-U-R, eyes. Comma, by eyes, I mean your mobile, Y-O-U-R again, full stop. Zeb said, you give me the feeling that you could hardly get around without your mobile phone, Carrie. Carrie said, haha, it's not true. I am too lazy at social networking, but here I want to blend early. Okay, it's not true. I'm very lazy at social networking, comma, but I want to blend in here. Okay, capital I. Do you mean as soon as the sun rises? Asked Zeb. Gary said, before sunrise, I leave for office when the sun rises, so one is either sleeping while travelling or gadgeting. So, before sunrise, that's one word. Before the sun rises, 2 words, but sunrise is 1 word. So, before sunrise, I leave for the office. Oh, okay, no. Before sunrise, comma. I leave for the office when the sun rises, comma. So, everyone is either sleeping. Okay, so when you're using one, that's sort of the way the Queen speaks. Okay, one is not amused. So I'm either sleeping while travelling or using my gadgets. Okay. Are you calling learning English gadgeting? Asked Zeb. Depends how you define gadgeting, said Carrie. My gadgeting is mostly for purpose, and here we are one purpose. I use my gadgets for purposeful things, maybe you meant, and here we all have one purpose, full stop. I don't think that the verb to gadget exists in English, said Zeb. Maybe you could coin this new word. What would be the definition of to gadget, Carrie? Yes, you are right, not a proper word. I am being too casual. Okay, so yes, you, Y-O-U, are, A-R-E, right, R-I-G-H-T, comma, that's not a proper word. I am being too, T-O-O, casual. I replied, I like it though, let's give it a definition. To gadget, verb, to use a gadget, and a phrasal verb, to gadget about, to fiddle around with gadgets. Zeb said, I don't like it. My phone and tablet are not gadgets. I don't gadget about. Do you consider your phone a gadget, Carrie? Carrie didn't reply. Carrie probably thought that's too silly. I'm not going to reply to that. Okay, then Nat Tan came along. I'll call you Nat. Hello, everybody. Capital H, full stop. Marzi said, hello, Nat Tan. Yes, we can. Yes, we can what? I'm not sure. Maybe that's, we've gone out of sync here a little bit. And Carrie said, so how's your day? Carrie, that's how's is short for how is, so you need apostrophe before the S, and your is Y-O-U-R. Nat said, it is the first time I know about this website. How long have you been this web? I don't think anybody's actually been this web, but I think what you meant to say and ask is, this is the first time I've been on this website, full stop. How long has this web been here? Or how long has this site been around, maybe? Carrie said, I have joined recently, a couple of days before. So I joined recently, because you can only join in the past, a couple of days ago. Full stop, don't forget. And Nat said to Carrie, oh, nothing special, but I'm so glad to meet you. So O, capital O, nothing special, comma, but I'm, that's capital I, apostrophe M, so glad to meet you, full stop. I joined this group a bit later than you, said Nat to Carrie as well. Capital I again, and a bit is 2 words, otherwise you're saying a bit. And don't forget your full stop. Zeb said hello to Nat, and Nat said, I'm a new member, glad to be your friend. So I'm, capital I, apostrophe M, a new member, full stop. Glad, capital G, to be your friend, full stop. How are you? So capital H and Y-O-U. Zeb said, better, as I now can reply to your greeting. Seems like discuss went suddenly down for maintenance a bit earlier. Anyway, it's time to start working for me now. See you. Really, how long have you come back this web? Asked Nat. Again, these how long, I think you've got your times a bit mixed up. Try going to the lessons and just refreshing how to talk about time, okay? So really, capital R, and then you could put a question mark. So really? And then how long have you been on this site, maybe? Or how long have you been using this website? Zeb said, I've been on live chat for more than a year. I said, hi Nat, the network has been around since 1999. Oh, it's so long, said Nat. You're telling me, Nat. It's so long. You could just say, oh, that's such a long time. Okay. So then we got a few hellos and highs, and then Shai came back. So Shai, let's see what you had to say. Oh, it's a long conversation, this one. Scroll up. And it was actually started by Shilpi, who said, hi friends, I am new here. I want to practice English with ooh. Wish me best of luck. Okay, hi friends is fine, but your comma should come straight after the S. I'm new here is fine. It's a full stop after that, though, not a dot, dot, dot. I, capital I, want to practice my English with you, Y-O-U, full stop. Capital W for wish me luck. Okay, full stop. You'd really say wish me luck for a test or an exam, to be honest, not to chat on a forum. Hello, Shilpi, said Kautha. Don't forget your full stops, Kautha. Hi, Shilpi, said Martzi. Very good, Martzi. Hi, Shilpi, how are you? Said Igor. Well done, Igor. Martzi said, I don't know why people say at first I improve my English. We have to practice and learn more here, all, and live chat is for it not. Okay, I think what you wanted to say here, Martzi, is I don't know why so many people say I improve my English. I want to improve my English. And then full stop. That is a statement. I don't know why. Why do people do that? That's a question. I don't know why people do it. That's a statement. So just a full stop. We all have to practice and learn more here. And live chat is for that, isn't it? There's a page on tag questions, Martzi, that you could look up how we use them. Kautha said, they said that, I think, because they think a native speaker will help them. I wrote this comment at first. Well, a native speaker will help you, but only after a while. So I'd say they say that, not they said that. He said it, but they say it. It's a general statement. So they say that because they think a native speaker will help them, full stop. I wrote this comment at first, full stop. I wrote it too, said Martzi. I think it's a good way for starting a discussion. Okay, I think it's a good way to start a discussion. Yes, I think that too, said Kautha. Capital Y for yes. Martzi said, you and me have same idea. Okay, you and me have the same idea. Zeb said, actually, Kautha and Martzi, I don't think that it is a good conversation starter. Martzi said, why do you think it's not a good conversation? Okay, not a good conversation, a good conversation starter. Zeb said, there's nothing to reply to it. It's just a fact about everyone participating here. Anyway, said Martzi, when people are new in the new place, they have to say whatever that explain about their aim, not... Ooh. Okay, anyway is one word. Comma, whenever people are in a new place, they have to say, or they have to explain what their aims are, comma, don't they? Again, have a look at the topic in the grammar pages about tag questions, Martzi. Zeb said, I don't think they have to, but it seems like it's what most of them do. What's your idea, said Martzi. What do we have to say? Say what you feel comfortable with to get you started, said Zeb, but it's better if there's a bit more than hello, I'm here to improve my English to trigger a conversation. I agree with you, said Martzi, but when I haven't any friends here, I doubt that I say my feel. Okay, I agree with you, comma, but without any friends here, I doubt that I would say what I feel. Zeb said, well, Martzi, if you had just joined, you could have talked about Iran's New Year. It's not talking about how you feel like, and it may raise curiosity and questions. Okay, it's not talking about how you feel, and it may raise curiosity, or it's not talking about what you feel like, and it may raise curiosity. Okay? Martzi said, yes, and I have to learn to make a good conversation. Yeah, the art of good conversation. So you could say that. Yes, and I have to learn the art of good conversation. Kautha said, haha, I feel like I'm talking to myself when I talk to you. So capital I, myself is one word, and capital I twice there, and don't forget your full stops. It's a good feeling, said Martzi, when I speak and chat with you. Cawthor said, thank you, Martzi. Capital T, capital M for Martzi. Do you think our speak are getting better day after day, or what? I say, capital D, do you think our writing is getting better day after day, comma, or what? And then just the one question mark. Definitely, said Martzi. When we try to speak more, we learn it better. We learn more words and grammar. Yes, that's right, said Cawthor. Okay, capital Y, comma, THAT apostrophe S, right, full stop. Anyhow, Shai came along and said, Martzi, are you online? And Martzi said, I'm here now, Shai. Shai said, hi, everyone. Full stop for after everyone, okay? I'm not everyone, said Martzi. I'm Martzi. Yes, I know, by mistake send it to you, said Shai. How are you? Okay, yes, I know, capital I, comma, I sent it to you by mistake. Full stop, how are you? Thanks, Shai. Where are you from? Shai said, I'm from Pakistan and you are Iranian, are you? Okay, so I'm from Pakistan, comma, straight after the N, and you are Iranian, comma, straight after the N. Aren't you? No capital A. Again, tag questions, guys. Hello, Shai, how are you? Said Ajar. And Marty said, excuse me, Shai, I forgot it. Yes, I'm Iranian. Do you learning English? Okay. Excuse me, Shai, I forgot, full stop. Yes, I'm Iranian. Are you learning English? Martzi, said Shai, can you please help me to speak English correctly? Small c. I feel that it's very difficult to me because my grammar is too bad. Okay. Capital I, feel that it is very difficult for me because my grammar is bad. Full stop. Vocabulary is too bad. My vocabulary isn't great either, maybe you could say. Okay, so practice, feedback, practice. Okay? It's that simple, honestly, but anyway, you'll get there eventually. So, Tao came along and said, hello everyone, I want to improve my English language, I need your help, thanks you. Okay, hello everyone, full stop. I want to improve my English, full stop. I need your help, full stop. Thank you, full stop. Cawthor said, hello Tao, and Cawthor, try and keep it all on one line. It's easier to read that way. And don't forget your full stops. Tao said, hello, Cawthor, how are you? I'm fine. What about you? Said Cawthor. Not too bad, said Tao. Where are you from? Your question mark should go straight after the M, Tao. I'm from Jordan. What about you? Said Cawthor. It's very difficult to see the two of you as separate people, actually. Your avatars are very similar. I think you must have got them from the same puppet or something, or cartoon. Anyway, I'm from Jordan. That's one statement, so you need a full stop there. What about you? Capital W. And your question mark, again, straight after the last letter. Okay? I'm from Vietnam, said Tao. Actually, we write Vietnam as one word, Tao, just so you know. Cawthor said, it's a beautiful country. Your picture like me. Do you know Agnes? So, it's, capital I, a beautiful country, full stop. Your picture, capital Y, is like mine, full stop. Do you know Agnes? Capital D, and Agnes is a name, so capital A, one question mark, straight after the S in Agnes. Do you know my country? Yes, I like her, said Tao. So, your question mark comes again straight after the Y, and you don't need a full stop as well. Just the one or the other. Question mark, full stop, exclamation mark. Choose, but only use one. Yes, I heard of your country, and I see some movies for it. Okay, so yes, I have heard of your country, comma, and I have seen some movies about it, full stop. It, very beautiful country. It's, IT apostrophe S, a very beautiful country, full stop. I know it from the TV. You have watched Despicable Me? Okay, I know it, capital I, from TV. From the TV is fine, full stop. Have you watched, capital H, Despicable Me? And that would be capital D, capital M, because it's the name of a film, okay? And your question mark, one of them, straight after the E. I had watched 2 seasons. It's very compelling. The girls is very cute. Okay. I've watched 2 films, because I think, or 2... part 1 and part 2, maybe, because they're not seasons. Seasons tends to be for TV series, okay? It's very compelling. The girl is very cute, or the girls are very cute. Cortha said, yes, it is. I'd say, yes, she is, capital Y, comma, capital I, love her so much, full stop. Tell me about yourself. How old are you? Okay, tell me about yourself, full stop. Capital H, it's a new question. How old are you? Do you have a Skype account, said Tao. Give me your... Oh, okay, let's skip that then. Okay. So, a few highs and hellos, and what I'll do is skip up to a long conversation started by Jonas. Everyone there, I want to practice my English. So, you'd say, is anyone there? Everyone there? That would be quite a problem, I think. 7 billion people on the earth. So, is anyone there? Question mark straight after the E. I want to practice my English, full stop. Oh, and remember, practice with a C is American English. With an S as the verb, it's British English. We differentiate between the noun and the verb in British English spelling. Jonas then said, I'm from Brazil. If anybody wants to speak, I'm here. Hello, Jonas, said Cortha. So, capital J, small O, Cortha. Hello, where are you from, said Jonas. Don't capitalise the A or the F. Okay, the first word in a sentence should be capitalised. I'm from Jordan. Did you know it? Okay, did you would imply that he might no longer be alive. So, do you know it or have you heard of it is better. Have you heard of it? Question mark straight after the T, Cortha. Have a look at the punctuation page on the web network and see how spacing is done for punctuation. I won't correct anymore because you've obviously got a habit. Yes, already heard it. Okay, yes, I've heard of it, Jonas. Do you like sport? Asked Cortha. Yes, I like very much soccer. And you? What's soccer, Jonas? This is a British place, you know. We call it football properly. What's a soccer anyway? Okay, so yes, comma, I like it very much, Very. I like football very much. And you? Igor then just knows me so well and said, please call it football. Cortha said, ha, Igor, you seemed to me you are a big fan of football. Is that right? Okay. It seems to me that you are a big fan of football, comma. Is that right? Jonas said, no, football is popular in USA. Here in Brazil, is soccer. So, football, small f, is popular in the USA. I think you'll find that's American football. Here in Brazil, with an L, we call it soccer, and that's with a small s. Hi, Jonas, said Igor. I'm Italian. Here we call it calcio, but in Europe we call it football. I thought that in Brazil you called it football too. I apologise. Hi, Igor, said Jonas. No problem. I know it. Calcio is very difficult. Championship. So I've heard of calcio, and watch your spacing on your commas. They should come straight after the letter that they're following, and then a space, okay? So it'd be a comma straight after the R in Igor, a comma straight after the M in problem, a comma straight after the closing speech marks after calcio, and small I. Then I'd probably say it is a very difficult championship. Yes, it is, said Igor. However, in recent years, Italian football championship was down to level once it was nicer. I think what you're trying to say, Igor, is yes, it is. However, in recent years, Italian football has deteriorated, maybe, once it was nicer. And Jonah said, what team do you like, Igor? We normally say, what team do you support, okay? Zeb said, in the USA, there are American football and soccer. Jonas is right. American football is very popular there. I also agree with Igor. In Brazil, Latino countries, Spain, France, Italy, one of the most popular sports is football. Futebol in Portuguese, football in Spanish, football in French and Italian. And since the World Cup, the British seem to use the word football and not soccer any longer. Vive le foot. Go football, said Igor. Hi Zeb. Hola chica. ¿Cómo está? Last night I listened to your presentation on LEN radio. I've listened to it 3 times, but I didn't understand what is your job. Okay. I couldn't understand what your job is. Or what you do. It's my fault, my English sucks. No, it doesn't, Igor, stop it. Sorry, what is your job? Okay, instead of saying what is your job, saying what do you do? I don't remember talking about my job, said Zeb, in any Aladdin's radio show. Okay, I don't remember talking about my job in any of Aladdin's radio shows. I think he's talking about your personal introduction, Zeb. Anyway, Zeb went on to say, anyway, I work in an IT services company and my job consists mainly in running workshop and writing specifications for new information systems. Okay, I work for an IT services company and my job consists mainly of running workshops. Workshop? That would be an easy job. I'm sure you must do more than one. And writing specifications for new information systems. I'm kind of go-between. Okay, I'm kind of a go-between, a middlewoman between the techie team and end users. Surely you've talked about your job, said Igor. It is all my fault. Maybe I have understood only 50% of what you said. My English is still elementary. I pray you to accept my apologies. Please accept my apologies is much less sort of desperate than I pray. Have you been reading Shakespeare? Prithee. I will try to listen better. Your apologies are rejected, said Zeb. You're learning English and trying to tune your ear to my French-English way of speaking. Why apologising? So why are you apologising or why apologise? Okay. Apologising is off topic here. Actually, I don't agree. I think apologising is another nice way of practising your English. It's all good. Okay, so then Igor said, OK, thanks. Now I've got the feeling, said Zeb, that I've intimidated you. I hope not. What radio show have you listened to? OK, what radio show did you listen to? What is it about? What was it about? Igor said, OK, I was a little intimidated. Now I'm not intimidated anymore. Anyway, I have just listened to your recordings because they are good to listen. OK, because they are good to listen to. That's great to hear, said Zeb. What do you think of Lynn's recordings of our conversations? I think, said Igor, I unfortunately aren't able to understand well the sentences. OK, I think, you don't need to say I think, actually. You know, don't you, Igor? Just say, I'm not able to understand the sentences at the moment. I'm at the beginning, but I didn't give up. OK, I'm just a beginner, but I'm not giving up. Zeb said 90% of what she does is reading our messages, so usually I read the messages at the same time as I listen to the recording. It makes it much easier to understand what she says. I will try to understand. I will try to use your method, said Igor. Zeb said the benefits are like on the lesson website with one more advantage. We have the audio dimension. Good, said Igor. Now I have to go to the restaurant. Bye. Igor, said Marzi, soccer is football. Igor said, only Americans call it this way. OK, only Americans call it this. That would be fine. Just full stop after that. Marzi said, Igor, it's not important. You're strict. I'm 100% with Igor, said Zeb. OK, said Marzi. Yeah, know when you're beaten, Marzi. I joke, said Igor. You haven't seen the smiley face? Didn't you see my smiley face? Or didn't you see the smiley? I see your smile from afar away, said Marzi. I can see your smile from far away. Okay, from a far away, from far away. And from a far away, said Igor. Sorry, explain to me the meaning, please. I know, I'm boring. So, from far away is what she meant. I hope you know what that means, Igor. And then, sorry, could you explain the meaning to me, please? I know I'm boring. Don't forget your full stop. You're not boring, by the way. I'm in Iran and you are in Italy. There is a long way between us, not? Okay, there's a long distance between us, isn't there? Again, Marzi, I'm going to have to send you that page on tag questions. Yes, just a few metres, said Igor. Igor, please look at your back behind. You can see me. Look at your behind. That's your bottom, OK? You don't want to tell him to look at his behind. So I think what you meant to say, Marzi, I'm blushing. OK, please look behind you. Please look behind you. Can you see me? Unfortunately, no, said Igor. So, unfortunately not. What a pity. So you're blind, said Marzi. Igor, you have to know I'm a joker girl. I hope I don't make you angry or upset. OK, you have to know I'm a bit of a joker. You don't have to say joker girl. I don't think there's any such word as that, but I'm a bit of a joker. I hope I haven't made you angry or upset. I love people like you, said Igor. I'm also a joker man. I'm also a bit of a joker. Small j. In fact, now I answer in this way. I hope you're not as the Joker from the film Batman. In fact, now I'll say, I hope you're not like the Joker from the film Batman. Igor, I tell you, said Marzi, I didn't see Batman movie. I only heard about it. Please tell me more about it. So, Igor, I have to tell you, I haven't seen the Batman movie. I have only heard about it. Please tell me more. Okay, 10 minutes. I must do 4 pizzas, said Igor. You at work again, Igor? I want your job. No problem, said Marcy. Be careful. People don't want a burn pizza. Okay, you'd say people don't want a burnt, B-U-R-N-T pizza. You know some American comic book superhero, said Igor, like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Thor and others. Okay, do you know any of the American comic book superheroes? Okay, like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Thor and others. Desney came along and said, I don't know about that book, but I saw all the movies of Batman, Thor 1, Thor 2, Superman, Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3. Okay, I don't know about the books, or the comics actually, C-O-M-I-C-S, comma, small b, but I have seen all the movies of Batman, Thor 1, Thor 2, Superman and Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3. Okay, said Marcy, you have to prepare for making a pizza for Desney now. Okay, you have to get ready to make a pizza for Desney now. Igor said, however, I want to tell you the story of Batman, but I want to get it right. I wouldn't put however there. I'd just say, I want to tell you the story of Batman, but I want to get it right. Igor said, Marcy, I will hear it. Now I have to sleep. Have a good night. You could say there, I'll listen to it tomorrow. I will hear it tomorrow, or I'll listen to it tomorrow, or, to be strict, I'll read about it tomorrow. Igor said, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. Tomorrow with a small t. I know all the days with capital, but not tomorrow. Or today. Okay. Good night, Marcy and Igor, said Desney. Good morning, Desney and Igor, said Marcy. So that must have been the next day. Hi, Marcy. Great, said Desney. Finally, you changed your avatar. Nice picture. So your avatar, small a. Picture, small p. Hi, Desney, said Marcy. I thought about my avatar many days and then I decided. Okay, I thought about my avatar for many days, comma, and then I decided. You know, I always choose the glowworm name for my profile name and its picture for my picture in the other sites. Happy Women's Day too, Desney. Okay, you know, I always choose the name of the glowworm for my profile and this is the picture for my picture in other sites. I think that's what you're meant to say, okay? And then Marcy said, I'm waiting hear it. Okay, I'm waiting to hear it. Sorry, many pizzas, said Igor. It seems you're a good restaurateur because first you make pizza for your customers, then answer us. I just wish you don't kill people. Okay. It seems you're a good it without the apostrophe, okay? It's would be apostrophe S, but you're just saying it seems, so you don't need an apostrophe. It seems you're a good restaurateur, comma, because first you make the pizza for your customers and then you answer us. I just hope you don't kill anyone. Igor said, on Wednesday and Thursday usually there are few customers and I have free time to write posts. Obviously, before the duty, then the pleasure. I think what you meant is first duty, then pleasure, okay? Work first, fun later. Lots of ways of saying that. Yes, Igor, now you can speak about Batman, said Marcy. Yes, we talk about Joker. So, yes, we can talk about Joker. The Joker is the main enemy of Batman, said Igor. He's a character who always jokes, but a heartless criminal. He's sadistic and numb, and obviously he dresses so strange and colourful. And obviously he dresses strangely and colourfully. The Joker is left disfigured by acid. He possesses a grimace, a smile that reaches almost to the ears. Okay, the Joker was left disfigured by acid, and so he possesses a grimace, a smile that reaches from ear to ear. Well, I'm not a joker, Igor, said Marcy. Ha ha ha. Certainly you're not, said Igor. Igor, your picture is where you live, asked Marcy. Marcy, said Igor, I have a question for you. Look at the first post of today. I saw it and I answered you, said Marcy. I saw it and I answered you, Igor, said Marcy. Do you like my picture? It's a glowworm. It likes me. It is very nice, said Igor. It likes me? How do you know it likes you? Do you mean I like it? Okay. Are you sure that it likes you? Asked Marcy. Yeah, I was confused there, Marcy, too. Yes, I'm sure, said Igor. Sorry, I have some problem to write now and I am going back later. So, sorry, comma, I can't write now, comma, I'll come back later. And then I presume later, Igor said, yes, it is, capital Y, or yes, it does, if you mean it likes you. Yes, it does. Sometimes when I go looking for mushrooms, I take some photo of the forest. I take some photos of the forest. It's really nice and beautiful, Igor. Do you know poisonous mushrooms? So there, rather than do you know, I would say, can you spot poisonous mushrooms? Yes, I know them, so yes, I can spot them, Igor. I only take the mushrooms that I know. If I don't, I do not take the mushroom. So I would say, yes, I can spot them. I only take mushrooms that I know. If I have any doubts, I don't pick the mushroom. Well, you don't need to buy mushrooms, not? Okay, another one with this tag question, Marzi. Well, you don't need to buy mushrooms, do you? I only buy mushrooms called champignons. Agaricus bisporus, said Igor. They are cultivated mushrooms, they are good on pizza. But the mushroom porcino is much more good in the picture. But the mushroom porcino is much better. And then in the picture, and then full stop. Your brackets are fine, but you want the full stop after the brackets. So you go forest every day. So you go to the forest every day. No, I go looking for mushrooms in May and June, then again in September and October, said Igor. During these months, I go almost every day because they are the best months. Excluding the months from December to March, in the months that remain, I go about twice a week because the mushrooms are rare. So let's see. Excluding the months from December to March, in the remaining months I go about twice a week because mushrooms are rare then. Have a good night, said Marzi. Have a good night, Marzi, said Igor. And then, then Marzi said, you come back finally, Igor, and now is when that I have to go to sleep. Okay, you're back finally, Igor, but now I have to go to sleep. That's what you could say, Marzi. Do you have any customer, Igor, or are you at the home? So, do you have any customers, Igor, or are you at home? If you say, are you at the home, it makes it sound like poor Igor's in some kind of rest home for the elderly. Igor said, now I'm at the restaurant and there aren't customers at this time. Okay, and there aren't any customers right now, I would say. So you can rest a bit now, said Marzi. Depends, said Igor. Sometimes entering customers for pizza takeaway. Okay, sometimes customers come in for a takeaway. However, when I can, I reply immediately to you. However, when I can, I reply to you immediately. Right now, here are 5 customers. Dear Igor, sometimes you have to get a break too, said Marzi. Then Igor said, I speak with you when I have a break. I hope not to offend you when I disappear. Sometimes my brother calls me to do something. Sometimes I must prepare some food. Sometimes someone comes to the restaurant. I promise you that when I can, I answer you. Okay. I promise you that when I can, I answer. Okay. Speaking English is not easy for me. Speaking in English is not easy for me. Often I want to write a lot of things, but I have to write a concept in a few words. I am slow to write. I'm slow. My writing is slow, okay? You try to understand me. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. You try to understand me. I think you were trying to say there, I hope you understand. I hope you understand, okay? And Marzi said, hi, Igor, it's not important. I know you are so busy and you have to do many works, okay? And you have to do a lot of work. Work is always uncountable, okay? It is very good when I speak with you because you speak and write very good. Okay, it's very good when I speak with you because you speak and write very well, comma, and I learn many things from you. We can send messages for each other and then we answer whenever we can. Okay, we can send messages to each other and then we answer whenever we can. I know speaking and writing English is so difficult too. Okay, thanks, said Igor. Capital O, capital K, Igor, comma, thanks. Unfortunately today I have little time to talk to you. I have to finish preparing my carnival dress. The dress must be ready for tomorrow. However, now I have an hour free. Okay, now Igor, you might be wearing a dress. That's fine. I know it's carnival. But a dress is normally what a woman wears with the skirt and a top part. I think what you mean for carnival is usually costume, okay? That's costume. That's something you dress up in. It could be a clown. It could be a character from a cartoon show, that kind of thing. So we call that a costume rather than a dress, okay? Marzi said, see you tomorrow, Igor. When you sent this message, I was busy and I think your free time finished. Okay, I think your free time has ended, okay? Will you disguise yourself as a woman? Asked Zeb. No, said Igor. We degoose like the inhabitants of the planet Pandora, the aliens of Avatar movie. Okay, we dress up like the inhabitants of the planet Pandora, the aliens from the Avatar movie. Will you dye your skin blue? asked Zeb. No, only the face, said Igor. The carnival is on the street. We have the carnival floats. Unfortunately, here it is very cold. Well, if you will have carnival in March. Okay, then Igor said, I think we've gone out of sync a bit now, but not now the 8th March. So not capital N now, comma, the 8th March, or the 8th of March. Okay, Igor, said Marzi. Marzi, said Desney, did you saw the movie Drag Me to Hell? Okay, have you seen the movie Drag Me to Hell? No, is it a scary movie? asked Marzi. We should discuss about Matman, said Desney, because that movie has some fun and there is no scary situations in that movie. I also saw that film, but I forgot. I'm also waiting to know about that film from Igor. Okay, we should talk about Batman, capital B, because it has moments of fun and there are no really scary situations in it. Okay, I'd still say that Batman has some scary situations, but they're not horror situations. Well, I don't know. The Joker was pretty horrible, so but I know what you mean. Yeah, Drag Me to Hell, probably not the best thing to discuss in an open forum. I have seen the film, but I've forgotten about it. I'm also waiting to find out about it from Igor. Full stop. He's too busy now, I think, said Igor. His customers are await. Okay, his customers are waiting. Yes, and it's terrible movie, said Desney. Okay, forget about it, because I'm getting afraid at this time. Here the time is 1 a.m. And what's the time now at your place? So, yes, it's a terrible movie. Small I. Okay, forget about it, comma, because I'm scaring myself. Here it's 1 a.m. What time is it where you are? Marzi said, and it's 11 p.m. in Iran. Igor wants to make a special pizza for you because of Women's Day. That's nice. Oh, really? That's so nice, said Desney. So, OH, just the one H, Desney, and one full stop. Yes, you're a lucky woman, said Marzi. You're lucky too, said Desney. One full stop, Desney. Thanks, and now to listen to Igor. So, thanks, comma, and now let's, LET'(S), listen to Igor. I'm a big fan of football, said Corsa. Oh, this was to Jonas. So Corsa replied to Jonas. I'm a big fan of football, especially the Germany team. I have cheered them since I was 14 years old, and I still love this team. What about you? Okay, especially the German team. I have supported them since I was 14, and I still, capital I, love this team. Full stop. Then your question, what about you? Hi, Cortha, said Igor. You follow the German national team. Do you follow a German club team also? Cortha said, just Bayern Munich, because it almost have the Germany team. Okay, just capital J, Bayern Munich, comma, because it's almost the German team. Capital G. But I don't follow all the match of Bayern. I cheered Germany football team in World Cup and in the Euro, and 2014 was a happy year for me. We did it finally. What about you? What is your favourite team? Okay. But I don't, DON''T, capital I, follow all the matches. But I cheered, however, in fact I put full stop, however, capital I, cheered the German football team, capital G, in the World Cup and during the European Championships, full stop. 2014 was a happy year for me, comma, we did it finally, full stop. Capital W, what about you? Question mark. Capital W, what is your favourite team? Question mark. Igor said, just last night Juventus lost against Fiorentina, Florence, so against, AGAINST. The first match of the quarter-finals Italy Cup. Okay, the first match, capital T, of the quarter-finals, 2 words, of the Italy Cup. Okay, Coppa Italia, is that, yeah? Oh, I'm so sorry for their loss, said Cortha. So, capital O, I'm so sorry for their loss, LOSS. You normally say that when somebody has died, but as football fans can be a bit fanatical, maybe I'm sorry for their loss. What you could say is, I'm sorry they lost. Okay, but they can win in the next match. Don't be sad, Igor. Okay, but they may win They may win the next match. So don't be sad, Igor. The football is not important for me. It's just a passion, said Igor. So, football, capital F, is not that important for me. It's just a passion. Actually, a passion sounds very important. I prefer to play football rather than watching it on TV. Anyway, football like me. Football like you? Football likes me, maybe? Football likes you, said Cortha. Why, are you a good player? So, capital F and full stop, and then capital W. Why, are you a good player? I play football since I was a kid. Okay, I have played football since I was a kid. I'm not a good player. I can say that maybe I am a regular player. What was your dream when you was a children? To be a cooker or a player? So, what, capital W, was your dream when you were a child? To be a cook or a player? A cooker is the equipment you cook on, okay? You could also say a chef or a player, okay? It depends whether Igor likes to think of himself as a cook or a chef. Igor said, cooker is wrong. You can say cook. Well done, Igor. However, my child's dream was to be a player and to win the World Cup. Okay, if you say my child's dream, that means your children. And I don't think you've got children yet, have you, Igor? So, my childhood dream, CHILDHOOD, was to be a player, comma, and to win the World Cup. What's your child's dream? Okay, what was your childhood dream? My dream was to be a doctor and help the patient and the poor people who can't pay for surgery. So my, capital M, dream was to be a doctor and help patients and poor people who can't, CAN''T, pay for surgery. Football like me is a mistake, said Igor. I'd wanted to write, I like football. My English sucks. Stop saying that. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, you spotted the difference, and that's hopefully you won't make that mistake again. Okay, I wanted to write, I like football. Okay. Ahmed came along and said, hi Igor, you are a fan of Juventus, right? Do you think you can beat Dortmund and qualificate for the quarter-final? Okay, qualificate isn't a word. Qualify. Qualify, to qualify for. Igor said, I think that it will be a beautiful match. Okay, small I for it. According to me, Juventus has the 51% chance of passing the turn. Okay, I think, rather than according to me, I think that Juventus has a 51%, not the 51, has a 51% chance of winning. Okay, I love the time his name is Palmeiras here in Brazil. He's popular. I love the time his name is Palmeiras. I'm not sure what you mean there, Jonas. Sorry, I don't know it, but may I know the popular players in it, said Cortha. So, sorry, capital S, I haven't heard of it. I might know the popular players in it. Cortha, Palmeiras is a team that play football in Brazil, said Marzi. I mean, it's one of Brazilian teams. Get it? So, okay, I've got you now, Jonas. You see, you guys help me out. I love the team Palmeiras here in Brazil. Full stop. It's popular. So, Cortha, Palmeiras is a team that plays football in Brazil. I mean, it's one of the Brazilian teams. Get it? Oh, yes, said Cortha. Thank you for this information. What is your favourite football team? Again, Cortha, you've got to work on your punctuation and your capitalisation. Well, I liked Italy already and Club Bayern Munich in Germany. I liked Italy sounds like you don't like it anymore. Maybe you meant to say, well, I already mentioned I like Italy and the club Bayern Munich in Germany, comma. But now I hardly often follow their games. Okay. You could then say, well, I used to like Italy and the club Bayern Munich in Germany, comma. But nowadays I hardly follow any games. Yes, me too, said Cortha, capital Y. Science, said Zeb, capital S. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, sorry again, Zeb. I will fix it, thank you. Not sure what that means. Are there other sports that Brazilians like too, or is it just football? Jonas said, football is the most popular sport here, but has people like that like other sports as volleyball, but is a little erzers. Football, small I, is the most popular sport, sport here, comma straight after the E. But people also like other sports, such as volleyball, and that's with two L's, VOLLEY. But I'm not sure what RSRS means. Do people play football on the beach, said Zeb. Do girls play it as much as boys, she asked. No, the breach, but the street, the field. Okay, not the beach, BEACH, but in the streets and on playing fields, I think you mean, FIELDS, where you have space. Okay, wherever there's space. Zeb said, then volleyball on the beach and football on a field or on the street. But what is a liver space? Liver is an organ in your body, isn't it? I'm here and I'm... Okay, then Marzi replied to Jonas and said, I'm here and I'm from Iran. Why don't you answer me? You need a space after the full stop. I am new here, So I'm learning yet. Sorry. So I'm, capital I apostrophe M, new here, comma. So I'm learning, L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. I'm still learning, comma, sorry, full stop. I'm learning too, said Marzi. You're a lucky man. Zeb, Cortha and me answer you at the same time. You're busy now. Zeb, Cortha and I answered you at the same time. You're busy now. Aha, that's right, said Cortha. Well, Zeb, leave here. These days it seems she's too busy. Okay, well, Zeb has left. Nowadays it seems she's very busy. She should continue her story. It's so funny, said Cortha. So, capital S, it is so funny. Again, what's your punctuation? Which story, Cortha? Asked Marzi. In the conversation I made yesterday. I will tag you in it now. In the conversation I started yesterday, full stop. I will tag you in it now. And then, I see, said Marzi. Sorry again, Marzi. No problem, dear friend. You're so very fine with me, said Jonas. I'm working now. Okay, I'm a little, maybe. I'm not sure what you mean. You're very nice to me, full stop. I'm a little, I don't know what that means. I'm a beginner, maybe. I'm working now, capital I. You're a little what? Asked Zeb. I'm a little busy, said Jonas. Okay, thank you, Zeb. Busy with a small b. Lol, said Zeb. What a challenge to multitask then. Be calm, said Marzi. We speak together always. We're always speaking together. Or we can always speak. Keep calm, maybe, rather than be calm. Okay, said Jonas. Jonas, do I make you confused now? Okay, you'd say, Jonas, am I confusing you now? Yes, said Jonas, capital Y. Well, I speak with you later. Well, I'll, capital I, apostrophe double L, because you're making a promise. I'll speak with you later. Zeb replied to Jonas and said, okay, I'm around too. Jonas said, hi, I need to practice more. Don't forget your full stop, Jonas. What do you usually do for practicing? Asked Zeb. Jonas neglected to reply to that. Marzi said, hi, Jonas, you are like me. Which subject do you want to practice now about it? Okay, you're like me. Which subject would you like to practice? Hi, Marzi, said Jonas. It's a prazer to talk to you. I studied English about 2 years, but the time to speak I don't. Okay, it's a pleasure, I think is what you meant. Pleasure to talk to you, full stop. I studied English for about 2 years, but didn't speak much. Welcome to the club. Lots of people have that story, I'm afraid. And then Jonas said, people, I'm going to work now. My boss looked me angry. Ha ha ha, see you later. So, what you wanted to say there, Jonas, is people, I'm going to work now, that's fine, full stop. My boss, capital M, is looking at me angrily, A-N-G-R-I-L-Y, full stop. Capital S, see you later, full stop. I said, is he like the Hulk? I don't know, maybe, said Jonas. Bye, Jonas, see you, said Zeb. Hey, and Desney came along and said, hi, friends. What are you doing all? I think you meant, what are you all doing? Here, I just came from outside and celebrated the festival Fire on Sticks, and we are played with coloured water, and tomorrow is main festival to celebrate the Holly. Okay, hi friends, comma, what are you all doing? I just came in from outside, one word, comma, we had been celebrating the festival with Fire on Sticks and playing with coloured water. Full stop. Tomorrow is the main festival to celebrate Holly. Full stop. Zeb said, I wish I could participate in this coloured water battle. What will happen today during Holly? Desney said, yeah, it's really good and I enjoyed a lot yesterday. Okay, yeah, it's really good and I enjoyed yesterday a lot. And Cortha said, oh, it's so beautiful. Take a photo of it and enjoy there, Desney. Okay. O, capital O, small h. It's IT apostrophe S, so beautiful, full stop. Take a photo of it and enjoy yourself, Desney, capital D, because that's his name, okay? Thank you, Cortha, said Desney. Yeah, I took many photos yesterday. Oh, we want to see them, Desney. Time to get yourself a Flickr account. And Igor replied to Desney and said, hi, Desney, I'm working at the restaurant as usual. Don't forget a space after the comma, Igor, okay? Desney said, hi, Igor, fine, you have customers now. Fine, you have customers now? Sorry, it was a question. Actually, I asked one thing to you, but didn't give a reply to that. You forgot, right. Then no problem, I will tell you. Yesterday I asked you, I like pizza, and when you make a pizza for me. Now tell me, Igor. So, hi, Igor, capital H, small I, just the one I. Do you have any customers now? Actually, comma, I asked you one thing, but you haven't replied. You've forgotten, haven't you? Okay, no problem, I'll tell you again. Full stop. Yesterday I asked you... Yesterday I told you I like pizza, and I asked you when you were going to make a pizza for me. Now, can you tell me, Igor? Igor said, sorry, I start to do confusion here. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Many messages for my small brain. However, I can make you a pizza when you want. So I can make you a pizza whenever you want. The problem is the delivery. Yeah, I know, said Desney, but no problem, Igor. You make pizza for me and capture it and put that picture as an avatar. Okay, make a pizza for me and photograph it and use that picture as your avatar. I want to see. Can you do this for me? If it is possible. Okay, I want to see it. Can you do this for me? Is it possible? Yes, I promise you that I'll do. Okay, yes, I promise you I'll do it. Well, Desney, are a girl. Well, Desney, are you a girl? I do not understand. I'm sorry if I'm too familiar. Desney said, thank you, Igor, and I'll be wait for your pizza. Just, I'll wait for your pizza, okay? I'll be wait for pizza. I'll wait for my pizza, then, is what you wanted to say. Very well, said Igor. I prepared a special pizza just for you, the 8th March, as hope for the International Women's Day. Okay. I prepared a special pizza just for you on the 8th of March to celebrate International Women's Day. Imed said, hi guys, don't forget to pay him €6 for preparing, 1,000 for delivery. Very good, Imed. €6 for preparation, 1,000 for delivery, full stop. Hi, Imed, said Igor. Thanks, Igor, said Desney. Yes, said Desney. You've just got the bill, didn't you, Desney? Thanks, it was just curiosity, asked Igor. Said Igor, full stop. Haha, I never mind. I never mind? If you want to say never mind, it's just never mind. Haha, comma, never mind. Congratulations, said Marcy. Do you had a good day? Okay, congratulations. Did you have a good day? And what about you, Desney? Said Desney. What? How was the day? How was your day? Is what? How was the day? How was your day? Marcy said, well, it was boring. I was too busy at my work. Thank you, said Desney. Yes, Marcy, but now I'm getting headache. I drowned with water. No, so that's why. Okay, but now I'm getting a headache. I almost drowned. That's why. Okay, so I drowned with water. Normally, you can say I was drenched with water or I almost drowned, and we'll presume you meant in the water. Marcy said, I had a bit headache too, so it was a colourful day for you, yes? So I had a bit of a headache too. Full stop, space. So, comma, it was a colourful day for you, yes? Yes, dear, and tomorrow also. It's really good. People need to be happy, said Marcy. It's true. Hi, Marcy. See my avatar? Yes, I saw it. It's not about your festival Holy, asked Marcy. And that's Holly, H-O-L-I, not holy, as in your holiness. No, Marcy, it's about my festival. It is, okay, capital I-T apostrophe S, not 2 apostrophes. There is one girl, she stands, and one boy throw colours on her. See? Okay, there's one girl, small I, standing, and a boy is throwing colours at her, comma, see, question mark. Yes, I know, I mean your country festival, right? Said Marcy. Desney said, yes, okay, when you upload your avatar, Zeb and me asked you before, did you remember? Okay, when are you going to upload your avatar? Zeb and I asked you before, did you remember? Yes, I'm searching for a nice avatar like you and Igor and Zeb. It seems like you found it, said Zeb. It seems you found it. I hope it be a lovely avatar, said Marcy. I hope it is a lovely avatar. It's now your avatar, Marcy. Marcy the glowworm or firefly is far better than this greyish default one you had before. Than, not that. I like them, said Marcy, but I'm not sure about it. I wanted to have a beautiful ones. Well, I love it because it's like me, smiling always. Okay. I like them, but I'm not sure about it. I wanted a beautiful one. But I love it because it's like me, always smiling. It has also got a red nose like Rudolph the Red Reindeer, said Zeb, and 2 ramuses like butterflies. Not sure what ramuses are. What are ramuses? Asked Zeb. Do you mean wings? No, said Marcy. I mean what thing that is on their head. So I think you mean no, comma, I mean the thing that is on the head. I thought it's ramus. Can you tell me what's it? Okay, can you tell me what it's called? They're antennas, said Zeb. Yes, antenna, thanks, said Marzi. Okay, and we've got up to an hour, so we'll stop there. That's it for part 2 of LEN Live Chat. And I think I'll restrict them to hour-long episodes now, but I'll do them more often during the week. Okay, so this is the second part. There'll be a third part probably this weekend, if not tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed listening to it. Well done, and if you've lasted all the way through to here, the secret code is Lynn's drinking a glass of water. Okay. That way you can prove to me you listened to the whole thing, or at least you listened at the end. I'll stick little codes in, I think, throughout the whole thing to see who's been listening. Take care, and don't forget, practicing your English is fun, and it helps your brain to sit up, take notice, and start to actually remember all this stuff that you're learning. Okay, bye.